Hello there guys, welcome to Warren's Model Aircraft once again. This is just a quick update on the BF109F Messerschmitt that I've been doing. I've actually put the white tips on the plane, also the white banding, also the banding what goes on the nose cone. Also put the yellow bit under the where the cooler is for the engine on there, so I'm going to show you that in a minute. But to start off with, Hardihood I think it was, has been using brushes, and he's actually going on to using airbrush, and he wanted me to help him out, so he asked for a shout out really to everybody, and I thought, well, I know what it feels like when you first get something and you ain't got a clue what you're doing, and you ask people and then they never seem to bother messaging you back. So I thought I'd do him a quick video review on how to use an airbrush. It's just going to be quick really. I'm not going to put paint in my airbrush or anything because it's 12:05 at night here, so I'll just give him a quick rundown on it, to be honest. So we'll move this round a bit. That there should do. Right. Here we have the airbrush. This one was about £40. They range from anything from like £16 to about £250, and I am thinking about getting another one now, because what I've noticed with this one is when I'm trying to do anything close, I can turn the airbrush down so I get a really fine line, but then I start getting like splatter around the outside of the line I'm doing. I don't understand why it's doing that. Right, Hardihood, here we go. Right, there's your cup. Right, you put, what you do is first, well, what I do is, I'll show you what I do. I get my my brush, I dip it in Hummel thinners, and you got to be careful, because the mistake I made was I actually got some thinners thinking it was multi-purpose, and it wasn't, because you get thinners for enamel paint and you get thinners for acrylic paint, so you've got to make sure that you're not using water-based thinners in enamel, because it'll cock the paintwork right up and it makes all the paint go strange. So there's a little tip. So you get a bit of that, you just dip your brush in there obviously, and then I just go round the inside of the cup and down to where the needle is and take it out. And what that does is it actually that actually helps stops the paint from sticking to the cup when you're cleaning it, and I do the same thing with the lid as well. It makes it, you know, it does really stop it from sticking. Right, and now onto the actual painting side of it. Right, you got this lever here. When you push it back, well, the stuff's still in this, but the air pressure's still on. Hold on. Right, that's empty. Right, what you got to do is when you go into spray, you pull the handle back, you pull the lever back, that releases the paint, and then you press the lever down and that releases the air. So you have to push it down and back, and then the air and the paint comes out. And if you're doing anything intricate or anything like that, you're best off, see this little thing there, if you turn it clockwise, it actually closes the air, so no air comes out. So what you do is, if you're doing anything really close work and detail, you just have it on just a little bit of airflow coming out. See how that changes? You can hear the air, so you can tell when more air is coming out and when it's not. Right, so you get that set to what you want, and then this at the back, this controls the flow of how much paint that comes out. So what you do is, at the moment that's on nothing, so if you press that lever now, all you'd get is air coming out of it. So more you pull this back like that, see how the gap's got bigger there, more paint will come out. So if you're doing anything small and intricate, make sure you have this as far down as you can, but not too much because it will stop completely the paint coming out. And have your air pressure, what's on here, make sure that's on quite low. But if you're doing, you know, just spraying the actual plane itself, you can turn the airflow up, and you can turn your paintwork up to say about halfway or something, put halfway on there, and you know, away you go, spraying in that sort of motion. And you just do that over the plane, and you'll see it going on, and you can see where you've got to go over it again and then go back, you know. So basically that's it really. But that's another thing, when you put in your, obviously this is where the air pressure is connected to the compressor, which I don't know if you're getting a compressor or not. I paid about £65 for mine, and it's brilliant. I've never had to set the air pressure on it at all. It's all preset, works at 4 bar, absolutely great, no problems with pressure or nothing. When I adjust my pressure, I always do it by this here. So when you're putting your paint in your cup, what you want to do is get your thinners. You don't need to put much in, you want to put about, it depends what you're doing. If you're only doing little bits, you don't need to put so much paint in. But say if you fill this cup halfway full of paint, you want to put about, I don't know, say about 7 or 8 drops of paint. But once you've been doing it a while, you actually don't have to put drops in. You can just, you know, you can just pour it in like that. But you want to pour it very gently for just 3 or 4 seconds, you know. You don't need much at all. Then get I use this, so I can't be asked to get another one. Just get your cocktail stick or anything like that, put it inside there, and then mix the paint up with the thinners until it goes like a milk sort of solution, so it's the same thickness as milk. And that's it. Put your top on and away you go. It's quite easy really. The hardest part of using an airbrush is just getting the right paint flow for what job you're using it for, and also the consistency of how you're putting the paint on, and the rhythm that you use your airbrush with, really, to be honest. That's about it, to be honest. Right, we'll move on swiftly onto this update of this. Oh, forgot about this. You must get one of these, mate. They're brilliant. Because what you do is, when you're cleaning your airbrush out, you have to just put white spirits in, or thinners. I use white spirits because thinners are quite expensive, so I use my white spirits. I pour it in here so it's 3/4 full. Get me brush, waggle the brush round, explanatory really. Turn the paint flow and the airflow up on high, press it down, then all the crap that's in your cup will go through the needle and into this thing. It saves you blasting it out onto a piece of cardboard and filling the room full of fumes, you know. Do that twice, and then once you've done that twice with some white cheapo spirits, get a little bit of your thinners, put that into your cup. Once you've done that, blast that through. You can also put a rag or something over the front of the needle, and when you press the trigger back, the air will come up here, it will go up the cup, and any crap that's inside the needle will blast out into your cup, and then you can just push it back through again until it's empty, and then you've cleaned your airbrush. Right, away. Here we go. Here's the old, this is what I've done today. A bit closer close if I can. There you go, that's what I've done today, boys. I've put the banding on here, as you can see. I've put, how do I work this now? Oh, that's it. I've put the tips, the white tips there. See, that looks better now. Can you see where I've done the black, the shading, pre-shading? You can actually see it better now because the gloss varnish is actually highlighting it a bit better. And I've done that one, and I've also painted the where the nose cone is going to go, the propeller. I've done the yellow bit underneath, and there's the tips there as well. There's the famous cockpit. See if I can zoom in on it, see if it pick it up. There you go. There's my cockpit. And there's the cockpit. Quite pleased with that, to be honest. God, they need some oil on this thing. It's very stiff. This. Right, put that back. Quite impressed with that, to be honest. So all I've got to do on this now, I've just got to, tomorrow when this paint's all dry, put the decals on, or decals, whatever you want to call them. I say that every single time. Excuse me. Do that. Put another, I'll put a matte coat of varnish on afterwards. I've got to put the propeller on with the nose cone. Got to put the undercarriage on, and I've got to put the canopy on, and that's got to be masked up, and then I've finished, to be honest, on this. It was, to be honest, the engine was more hassle than the whole rest of the plane and the paintwork, to be honest. In fact, I do enjoy the paintwork, to be honest. I do like doing that. So that's my update, and also the review for Hardihood. Hope that helps you, mate, because I know when I first started, I was sending messages to people, not on YouTube, it was something else, asking for help, and no one used to bother. So basically, I just learned from seeing people on YouTube and also using a bit of initiative, and that's how I did it, because everyone's got their own ways of doing things, so you can sort of, you know, take other people's knowledge and then add your little personalised touch to it, because that's what I've done. Anyway, thanks very much guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.